and some tips and tricks that you need to know. Terms and conditions. Do you have your terms and conditions very well outlined and detailed, explaining everything that you will and won't do so that your client knows what to expect? If you don't, you need to work on it. Let me know if you need to see a copy of mine and I can show you what it looks like. So in your terms and conditions, you should definitely have a winter cleaning policy. Now, if the roads are icy or snowy in your area, definitely reach out to the client, let them know that you may not be able to make it. Even if you have four-wheel drive or really good tires, is it really worth the risk of you or an employee getting into a car accident just to get to a client's house? No offense, clients. I love all my clients, but my safety has to come first. So your safety and your employee's safety needs to come first when it's winter driving. And cleaning business owners, when it comes to scheduling, holiday scheduling, it can be crazy, especially if your parent or your employees have kids and then they're off of school for a week and then clients get sick and they have to reschedule, or they have friends coming over and they want you on a certain day that's different than their usual. It can be crazy during the holidays scheduling residential clients. So first off, cleaners and clients, have a little bit of patience while everyone tries to schedule everybody in. Again, if somebody calls out sick or if an employee calls out sick, if a client has to reschedule, it can get a little crazy. Throw in weather, throw in holidays, it's just a nightmare. But a little bit of patience, a little bit of communication, a little bit of laughter goes a long way. So have some patience on both ends, clients and cleaners, and hopefully the holidays will be a little bit easier. Definitely have it outlined that you or your employee needs safe access into your client's building, whether it's a home or an office. Your client can't expect you or your employees to trudge through 2 feet of snow or walk on a slippery walkway or go up steps that has snow on it. It's just not safe. It's not safe. It's not easy to lug around cleaning supplies while you have to trudge through snow. Then you have to change out of your snow boots into other shoes, your pants get wet, your socks get wet. Never mind the fact that you run the risk of slipping and falling and really hurting yourself. Again, it's not worth it. Your client needs to provide a clear entrance into the facility. You should definitely have a lockout clause. That's something that should be year-round. For example, if you get to a client's house and you've already told your client the day before, the week before, a few days prior that you're showing up, or even the morning of, and you get there and you can't get in, either they changed the lock or they didn't provide you with an access code, or it's just physically blocked and you can't get in, then you need to have a lockout fee too, so that the client is aware that they've now inconvenienced you. You're now not making money because you can't get into your client's home where you could have been making money on another job. And there needs to be some understanding that if the client knows that you're coming, they need to be able to make sure you can get in. For those winter days, once it starts going down to 40 degrees and under, don't leave cleaning products in your car, especially the liquid kind, or even cream, because you're going to run the risk of it freezing. And defrosting a spray bottle is very hard to do. It could take hours and hours and hours, and you don't want to be stuck in a situation where I don't have my cleaning products now because they froze in my car. So remove them out of your vehicles if it's going to be below freezing. Very important, needs to be said. Everyone should know this, but needs to be repeated and said, and especially put into terms and conditions. If someone is sick, if your client has a sickness in the home, whether it's kids, whether it's them, if somebody is sick, as the client, please let the cleaner know as soon as possible when you find out that you're going to be home and your kid has to stay home. Let the cleaner know so that they don't show up. Cleaners don't want to go to a home if someone's sick. You may be in your own room sniffling and sneezing while I'm doing my thing over here. Personally, I feel a little awkward because I kind of feel like I'm in your way and I'm making noise while you're trying to rest. So I don't find it pleasant if I'm sick and somebody's in my house making noise and cleaning. I find it kind of intrusive if I'm there while you're sick. Even though you may not mind, it makes me feel a little awkward because I feel like I can't perform as good as a job because I'm worried about you. And I'm worried now that, am I going to catch whatever you have? I don't want to catch anything. So even though cleaning is very, very important, everybody needs a clean home or a clean environment or a clean office. It can wait a few days until you feel better so that nobody is sick in the house, because the client doesn't need to be passing it on to the cleaner either. The cleaner doesn't have to worry about passing it on to their family or their employees. Just if anyone's sick, even if it's a stomach virus, if you're not feeling good, just let the cleaner know as soon as you can so that they can reschedule you. Clients, you may live in an area where you just got 2 feet of snow and your cleaner lives in an area where they got nothing. So don't assume that the cleaner knows your area, your weather forecast, your situation, or vice versa. The cleaner may live in an area where they got 2 feet of snow and the client got nothing. So communicate. If you know there's a snowstorm coming up tomorrow, tell the client we need to reschedule, or tell the cleaner, can we reschedule, so that everybody is safe, because, we all live in different areas. 20 minutes away may make a big difference when it comes to weather. Cleaners, if you need to switch into cleaning shoes so that you're not wearing street shoes because they may be a little muddy or soppy or salty, feel free. Absolutely great idea. Or if you want, you can use shoe slip covers. I love shoe slip covers. So I'm going to have the link down below, my Amazon affiliate link of the shoe slip covers I love to use, because I don't want to carry an extra pair of sneakers. It's just more weight. Shoe slip covers, I could just stick them in my apron. I get to my client's house, wipe off my shoes if they are a little wet on the bottom, and then put on my shoe slip covers so I'm not tracking any more dirt into the house and giving myself more work to do. One thing I love to do, especially when it's a new client and I'm checking out the environment, checking out the home, checking out where I'm going to be working in, is ask about holiday decorations, because sometimes there'll be tinsel going down a railing and they don't want it touched. And if I touch it, it starts falling all over the floor. So I like to ask my clients, should I move the elf on the shelf to dusk? Because I don't want to piss off your kid. They can be sensitive with those elf on the shelves. So be mindful of your client's home, any kind of extra decor, decorations, huge Christmas trees in the middle of the living room. Obviously, I can't vacuum around an entire Christmas tree if it's in a corner, so that space probably won't be touched until the Christmas tree's gone. But clean up, any tinsel that falls, any Christmas tree stuff that falls, but try not to move things unless your client says it's okay. I don't want to move Christmas gifts around. I don't want to move holiday decor. I don't want to move that elf on the shelf. These are things that are placed for a certain reason, maybe a religious reason. They're there in a certain angle or a certain space, and I don't want to touch it without my client's approval. So always ask first, especially when there's new decor, new decorations, new things in the area. It's going to be temporary because it's a holiday thing, but just ask anyway so that your client will let you know whether or not you should touch it. If you clean office buildings, find out if they're going to be open or closed during the week of Thanksgiving or the week of Christmas or whatever holiday is coming up in the winter. Find out if they're going to be open or closed, if they need you there during that time, if it's something that you need to reschedule. Just be mindful of the dates coming up so that you can work your schedule around it. Is your client having a Christmas party that they may need you to come in a couple days earlier or a couple days after that? Find out, ask them, see if they need any extra help. It'll help give you extra income and it can help your client out too. Those are just some tips for winter cleaning from, let's say, October to February, however long the winter is wherever you live. You may live in a state or a country that barely gets any winter, so maybe half of this stuff doesn't even apply. You may live in a state that you're going to get a winter. Like we live in the Pocono Mountains. We get winter. So see where you live, see if it applies to you. I hope those tips help. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, all that good stuff. My YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my website, my TikTok, and my Instagram, and my Amazon shop, Crunchy Cleaning by Kathy, for more eco-oily cleaning tips and organizing tips and all that fun stuff and business tips. So follow along. Thanks for watching. Peace.